Kia ora fam, hope you can hear me. This reading is for Queen of Wands, or these are the cards that we pulled. Queen of Wands, Aries, Ten of Cups, Pisces, Knave of Swords, Capricorn, Aquarius, Death, Scorpio. So if you are an Aries, a Pisces, a Capricorn, Aquarius, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars placement, this reading could be for you. Or you could be working on elements of change within your healing. Some of you might be wanting to heal your confidence, your sacral energy center. So that's like your creative, sexual energy as well. Yeah, I'm seeing the womb space as well. Yeah, so some of you might be going through womb healing, if this resonates for you. This also could be to do with your voice and your ideas. And for some, it also has to do with healing how you perceive change. And then also I'm seeing this reading is also for those that want to heal their relationship of, like, in communication with their ancestors. So maybe like there's been some tension with you and your ancestors, or the way that you perceive connecting with them in general. So maybe some of you will want to be more open to connecting with them when it comes to your passions, your confidence and stuff. Okay, let's see what comes up. Guidance, information, we have the Hanged Man, Knight of Pentacles. So some of you will need to take a break, take it slow, and hone in on what sacrifices you need to make for yourself. Four of Cups. Some of you are working through things that have been draining you or emotional blocks. So maybe some of you will actually need to remove your emotion from a situation. I heard empty, so like emptying your emotions. I heard filtered water. For some, for some you'll need to drink filtered water. There's something about the water that you're drinking that like affects you. Some of you might just need to pray into your water, like bring your water up to your mouth and speak into it blessings or whatever that you want. I'm seeing as you're working through any blocks or things that are draining you, through like grounding practice, through things and simple things in your routine, you might need to like sacrifice certain things that are getting in the way of your confidence or something. But that's going to lead you towards, or lead us towards, whoever this is for, towards some stable opportunity. Guidance, information you have for Aries, Pisces, Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio, and this general collective. Knight of Swords. So some of you will be needing to have conversation, or will be having conversation with those that you have connection with. This is people that you have past connection with, or it could be connected to your family, childhood, community, even work. It's like something that you've been nurturing for a while. Nine of Wands, Justice, Five of Wands. Some of you might need to like, I just said messaging. You might be like contacting someone that you know about work, like a contract or a challenge or an action you want to take towards something to create more stability. And this looks like, if so, it could actually be, I feel like this is an opportunity that you should take. If it does involve physical action, after you've like looked at things logically and kind of removed your emotions, it's important for you all to move fairly and with integrity in your actions, within conflict, within challenges, within things that are difficult. Nine of Wands is like quite tired energy, so some of you might be quite tired and drained. The Devil. Some of you may be Four of Swords. Some of you may be ending toxic or unhealthy cycles in your life that have been challenging you, or there could be thought patterns that you've had that are draining you. Seeing at this time, it's important for you all to focus on your independence and rest. Please clarify the Tower. Sorry, I'm just reading these cards. The Tower and Ace of Swords. So there's lots of conversation. So I guess like this group is encouraged to like seek clarity in situations, speak your truth, but more so than that, just like kind of focusing on. It's like you're looking at what the changes you might be going through when it comes to your independence and self-sovereignty, your voice and stuff, and ending old things. Eight of Cups. Yeah, so what isn't serving you at this time? The Sun, what do you need to release? Maybe you're being called to be more positive about certain things. Eight of Swords, Temperance. Yeah, so like there could be blocks within like your own independence, whatever that looks like for you in any area, and it might be like self-restrictive thoughts that are blocking this. Yeah, so the way that you speak to yourself, the way that maybe others speak to you as well, so being mindful of that. There's definitely healing here when it comes to ego. It also looks like ego death. Yeah. I think moving forward, stillness is really important, meditation. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the, I was going to say on the timer, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. So 1, 2, 3, 4 can represent like the steps that we take moving forward. Also, I'm highlighted to the fact that it's Friday, which was actually talking about recently to someone how that's the day of home and street fear. And that's connected to Venus, so that's connected to the divine feminine, or like sweetness and nurture. So maybe that for some of us, that's what we are being called to focus on at this time. That's what's going to bring change. That's the action that we need to take. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. So some of us might have quite a lot of options when it comes to collaborating, and we might be looking at who we want to collaborate with, connect with at this time. Seven of Swords, Eight of Pentacles at the base. So yeah, there might be something that some of us are trying to reattempt when it comes to our long-term goals, or there could be some sense of like, could be some deception or something that's hidden. I'm not really seeing it as like an overly negative thing though, but it could be. Queen of Chalices. Yeah, some of us need to be a little bit more nurturing with ourselves through the challenges, and also compassionate and nurturing towards others as well. For some of us, our inner child is trying to show us maybe where we have been deceiving ourselves, where healing needs to come up. Two of Wands, I showed this. That could come through like prayer, that could come through offering, that could come through connecting to community through wisdom. So like you might be asking questions or seeking wisdom in some way. Knave of Wands, reversed. Okay, so some of your Four of Pentacles, some of you need to work on your boundaries when it comes to Knave of Wands as kind of like flakiness or flaky people, or It's also like Knave of Wands upright is like someone that is super confident and youthful and going forward within the adventure, within the change. And so maybe there's a burden here with 10 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles that some of you are carrying that needs to be transmuted. You might need to tap into your inner strength for that, your heart. Definitely ego stuff here, but I don't see it as like a... It could just be like an identity that you're attached to. So you might be identifying some hurt here, or even this hurt could be not necessarily for you, but like within your ancestral line. For some, it's a hurt when it has to do with finances. For example, like your family has experienced lack, and then you're working through challenges when it comes to that. Some of you might be carrying a burden of lack that's actually hurting you. And your ancestors, like an ancestral thing, I don't see it as something that you're carrying alone. There's something that's been passed down. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this could affect the way in which you care for yourself, self-care. So maybe when you're feeling like you are lacking, then you don't give to yourself physically because you think you're like not seeing what's the abundance around you. Does that make sense? 9 of Cups reverse. But it's like there's a wish fulfillment here. You could be even be in a time that you asked for. Yep. So some of you maybe need to express more gratitude through the challenges. The Lover, the Magician. So yeah, I'm seeing here the ancestors saying for you it's like a choice to be able to spot your resources, to know what you have around you. Like most people have something, you know. There could be someone around you that kind of is calming you down in terms of like your ego, or vice versa, or through this they're showing you, also seeing with the Strength card, Sekhmet. So Sekhmet, one of their stories has to do with like Ra, the sun god, being angry at the world and how things were going, and then Sekhmet went out on a rampage and was like killing, and there was like bloodshed, and then Ra, the sun, was like, okay, that's actually too much, but and then somehow Sekhmet had to, or was supported in transmuting that rage into healing. So maybe that resonates for some of you all, transmuting your rage into healing. It's pretty timely. Well, it's not timely. It's a pretty significant message for this time as well, in terms of bloodshed collectively. So some of us could be moving through the hurt within the world and the lack that we feel. Some of you all might be like trying to not give to yourself, or like embrace your privileges at this time because of what's going on elsewhere, but it's also saying not to do that. It's important for us to spend time with our family. 4 of Wands, however we can, be in connection, gratitude, home, what makes us feel stable and secure. Knave of Chalices. Children are significant. Our inner child, spaces where we can create and express ourselves freely. 6 of Swords. If you can take a trip or take some time off, do that. 10 of Swords. King of Wands. They also want or encouraging you to like move on from past challenges that you're carrying, and really step into this time in confidence, and your leadership skills, that you can like through embracing your passions and what you're passionate about. Knave of Pentacles. So still taking it slow when it comes to hurt and stuff like that, but still being confident that you can be emotionally fulfilled. 3 of Cups reversed. So some of you are called to move on from, what kind of environment is this? Okay, so you're called to like quickly move on from anything that's not fulfilling you in terms of like your circles, like, or even like going out to certain things. Like, is this going to be fulfilling for me? Is this going to elevate my mind in some sort of way? Is this going to bring me rest? Just going to bring me joy? Is this a space where I can really, truly, deeply connect and feel confident and safe and protected in? Is this a space where I can communicate? Ten of Swords as well, like communicate past things. Seven of Wands. So for some, you could have like some challenges with expressing yourself creatively and emotionally. Six of Pentacles, but I guess your ancestors are wanting you to stand in your power when it comes to that. Seven of Wands can also be competition, so it could be like external energies that are making you feel that way. But the focus is harmonious connections with Six of Pentacles. The focus is like, is this space, is this contract, is this connection, is this exchange at harmony, do I feel? Yeah, so I feel like there's lots of options for you all. But I think like taking it slow and still being willing to connect. There's like new connections in here. There's lots of rest and letting go and conversation and refreshing of like the mind as well. Thought patterns. Yeah, so in this reading here, whānau, if you would like a personal tarot reading, those are available on our website, yamijaratimes.com. That'll be on the screen or in the caption.